Hey. What up? What up? Shane and Mo are first. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Ah, yeah. For the trolls out there. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome back to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I hope you guys had a lovely weekend. I most certainly did, even though it was mostly spent binge watching. We're going to get into that, and we're going to get into a few other things. But first, as you know, I like to summarize the stories that we're going to cover in a segment I like to call Stories of the Day. Stories of the Day. Trump made a speech at CPAC and it was boring. Same old Trump. If you've suffered a fall, you better call Saul. This is the show we were binge watching this whole weekend, and it is fantastical. Governor Cuomo is in hot water again and issues a statement about the sexual harassment claims. We're going to get into cancel culture. What is it? Do we need it? Is it good? You'll find out. And last but not least, Ben Sasse is today's You Raggedy Bitch. Yeah, so some of you may have noticed Brooklyn Dad is rocking the troll hair today. You need to leave. Yes, this wig was selected by Wifey, and I totally forgot to post the link in this thing if you're interested in it. I don't know why you would be, but if you are, oh yeah, that wasn't even that. It was another link that she gave me. But yeah, I'm just having a ball with all different kinds of hair since I happen to be losing my own slowly but surely. I'm getting all the hair down here more than I know what to do with. Up here is lacking. So fun with wigs. That is the first elbow point of the day. Yeah, so I hope you guys had a great weekend. We got a few things to discuss. Yes, wifey does have a great sense of humor, Hilda. That's one of the many reasons I married her. Um, so I created this new thing that's going to briefly cover some of what I call quick hits. Quick hits. It's just some news topics that we got to cover. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but it's worth mentioning. First up, former French President Nicolas Sarkozy. He has been found guilty of corruption. Indeed, this is no small thing. This is a big deal because here in now look, he's not so smug in this picture now. So it looks like he may end up spending 1 year in house arrest, but still, it's very humiliating, and this just goes to show you that a former president actually can be prosecuted. Hey, look, there's Misha. Thank you so kindly with the for the $5 donation. Thank you so much. This is very kind of you. Yeah, and it's not only France that has prosecuted its leader. Also, Israel has done the same thing for corruption, the same reason. And unfortunately, here in the United States, we're all looking at these other countries prosecuting their guilty, corrupt leaders like this up here. And if you guys heard that little thing, there's Misha donating the $5. I thank you. It's a little bit late. Anyway, next up we have yet another person has stepped forward to accuse Governor Cuomo of sexual harassment. This one is Charlotte Bennett. She is the second person to step forward, and Governor Cuomo made a statement today. He says, I now understand that my interactions may have been insensitive or too personal, and that some of my comments, given my position, made others feel in ways I never intended. I acknowledge some of the things I have said may have been misinterpreted as an unwanted flirtation. To the extent anyone felt that way, I am truly sorry about that. I don't know if that passes the mustard. Deborah here is saying Cuomo is not a predator, and I would like to believe that. But he is also, there's Watcher Soko with a 10 spot for the BDD. Thank you so kindly. In nowadays, you have to realize. That was that little animation was for Watcher Soko's donation. I call that the sticky taco. I'm trying different animation things, guys. So anyway, let me just click right ahead. I lost my place here. He's got to know better. Next up, it looks like Merrick Garland has come that much closer to being confirmed as President Biden's attorney general. This is a good thing. And let's see, we got Laura Red Swamp donated 10 buckaroos through the super chat. Thank you so kindly. So what was surprising about the vote that happened today in committee is some of the Republicans who opted to go along with moving Merrick Garland ahead. Some of those people were Chuck Grassley, Lindsey Graham, that guy, that jackass, John Cornyn and Tom Tillis. That's kind of surprising. But what was even more surprising wasn't all of the senators who objected, names like Mike Lee, Josh Hawley, Tom Cotton, John Kennedy, Ted Cruz, Marsha Blackburn. You expect those names, but Ben Sasse? For crying out loud, dude. Ben Sasse, really? Really, dude? You're supposed to be the reasonable one. That's why he's in today's You Raggedy Bitch. Peter is a boss with the 5 spot. I thank you so kindly. That is very kind of you to do that. Now, now we're going to move on right ahead. That was our quick hits. I love that graphic. We're going to move right along with, before the timeline cleanse, one other thing I mentioned in the stories of the day. So, Wifey and I spent this weekend totally binge watching this show, Better Call Saul. Now, this is an incredibly engrossing and binge-worthy show on Netflix, and it's a must-see for fans of the show Breaking Bad. This is about a lawyer who's like a ne'er-do-well guy. Oh my God. That gave me a heart attack. Just excuse me. I have to lower the volume on that one. Whoo! Sticky taco. Yeah. So, what I love about this show is that Saul, that's not even his real name. His real name is Jimmy McGill. And before I go any further, let me say thank you to Cecile for pitching in $10. Thank you so much. That's Cecile. She's got the Pikachu. Jimmy McGill is the name of the lawyer who has got a checkered past, but he's a good guy. He's really a good guy. He's one of those dudes that, thank you so much, Jen Murphy. You too, Jen. He's one of those guys who, if he's standing by the curb and a car comes along and splashes a puddle of mud on him, he'll get upset, like we'd all get upset, but he will somehow find a way to make that work for him. He's that kind of guy that no matter how many odds are against him, he is always going to turn those lemons into lemonade. He experiences all kinds of setbacks, all kinds of he's some danger too, some personal conflicts. It's an incredibly inspiring show, I have to say. Peter is a boss with the $15 is the big donation of the day. Thank you, Peter is a boss. You're so kind. I love it. Yeah, and I like to think that most of us, none of us are perfect, and this guy is far from perfect, but he is a genuinely sweet guy, and it's very easy to root for this lawyer. Saul. So now, with that said, I'm going to move it right along to that segment of the show that I like to call Timeline Cleanse. Timeline Cleanse. I sing for you guys every day. I have no problem with it too. No problem. Because like the acoustics in my headphones is just like the acoustics in the shower, right? And Karen Purdy, indeed, yes, goes directly to a BDD. Yes. And all of us sound like superstars in the shower. So, all right. So first up in the timeline cleanse, we've all been focused for the past almost year. We've all been focused on wearing the mask. Above all else, you wash your hands, yeah, and you social distance, but the mask is very basic, right? So those of us who know better, there should not be any mask holes amongst us, right? Well, check this out.
Excuse me. Can you put a mask on, please?
I am wearing a mask.
Hello? Where is your mask?
It's right here.
Where?
Right here.
Put your mask. Oh,
I'm wearing a mask.
God. Excuse me. Can
Yeah?
you put a mask on, please?
I am wearing a mask.
Hello? Where is your mask?
It's right here.
Where?
Right here.
Put your mask. Oh,
I'm wearing a mask.
God. Excuse me.
This dude, I mean, that's funny. I mean, it's kind of a dickish thing to do because you were forcing people basically to confront you, but then it's a clever way of saying, yeah. But you are inviting people to like pull you up on that shit all day long. Yeah. But there's just so many people who wear the mask on their chin. That was hilarious. I like that. Next up, some of the tweets that I enjoy the most are the ones that say like, I proudly support our president, but I'm not gonna cover my pickup truck with stickers and flags and all that stuff. And some Trumpers are wondering why, why they're not seeing that kind of cult-like support from Biden supporters and Biden voters. And that's just because we're not a cult.
I'm just curious where all of the Biden fans are. Why don't I see TikToks and Facebook posts about how proud you are of your president?
I'm going to tell you right now, these types of questions are the reasons why we think you guys are in a cult. And the answer is so simple, it's literally insane. The reason why you don't see dozens and dozens of TikToks of us blindly worshiping Biden is because we aren't his fans. We are voters who elected him into public office to do a job. And that job was to pass legislation that helps us and the people we care about. When Biden does or says things that we don't approve of, we are capable of critiquing him. Because no politician is worthy of blind praise and support. That is the biggest difference between Biden voters and Trump supporters. You worship your candidate like a god, and we don't. When you ask questions like this, it makes it exceedingly obvious how unwell some of you are. It is genuinely terrifying to see you idolize a politician like this. Get a new personality.
Woo! Woo! That was a mic drop. Boom! Yeah, that was perfect. She said everything I wanted to say. And look, there was a couple of times last week, or once or twice, where I did have to step out and say, yeah, no, I don't like this. I definitely don't like, for instance, the bombing of Syria. Do not approve. And every time something happens that I do not approve, I'm not going to blindly follow Joe Biden. At the end of the day, he is a politician who has been elected to deliver the goods, to deliver on the promises that he made to us, and not be one of those guys who's talking out of both sides of his mouth, yeah. And if and when it comes to it, I will be the first to shout him out and call him out on it. But yeah, that was fantastic. I loved how she put that together. Next up, you guys are not going to love me for this. But some people, a lot of people on the right have criticized the silent kneeling of people during the national anthem. I would like to suggest that some people should be absolutely silent during the national anthem and perhaps should not sing the national anthem at all. No, Tom Hanks not liking it. No, LeBron doesn't like it either.
No.
Damn, you making Michael Jordan cry now. Oh, we are the Defiant with 25. Woo! Thank you, my friend. Oh, you're making this dude's ear bleed. Oh, that's no good. This dude cannot believe what he sees. Drake can't take it. No. Yeah, that was. Sorry. Stacy said, this is not cleansing. Hey, listen, I do want to mention, I just want to say this, right? Those of you who have donated tips to me, hey, like Jen and Fat Tony over there with the $5. Thank you so much. I cannot tell you how much I deeply appreciate that. But I want to say, I don't want you guys to feel compelled to do this. I know money is tight everywhere. Okay. So please just, I'm grateful. I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. I do appreciate it tremendously. I just don't want you guys to feel like there's pressure for you to do this every day. Yeah, every once in a while, if you can afford it, that's fantastic. We love you for it. But please, make sure you take care of your bills and your family and all that stuff. Okay, so moving right along, that national anthem was the perfect encapsulation of what the CPAC event was. Oh, Samantha McIntyre with the $20. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. I love it. Thank you. The CPAC was like a complete shit show, in my opinion, and I promise you, after the show, I will tweak the settings so Mr. Sticky Taco doesn't blow all of our eardrums out. But yeah, this CPAC, if you've got a majority of people saying that they are, I missed Marie's. Oh, Marie, I'm so sorry. I thank you for that. Yeah. And Catherine is saying still too loud. Yeah, I can't fix it now. I'm gonna have to wait till after the show. There's some shit I gotta do. But thank you, Marie. Thank you for that. So if you got a majority of people in the party supporting the guy who incited insurrection, who has committed many crimes, who is looking at tax crimes, who's looking at rape crimes and prosecution and all that stuff, and he is like far and away leading the pack of contenders, and this is your future, that's a shit show, and I invite it. So I did my best to watch Trump's speech, and I couldn't make it through the whole thing. Full disclosure, I couldn't make it all the way through. In fact, I think I only got maybe 15 or 20 minutes in max. It was 90 minutes. And troll alert? Are you calling me a troll, Stacy? Let me just say to my wonderful moderators there, please check in with Stacy, who is saying that we got a troll in the crowd. Lisa Hathaway with the $20. Thank you. Heads up, there may be a no taco, no sticky taco. It's just Pikachu. She's Pika. Pika. S Leak was a troll, Synthfan says. And Stacy says, no, they are removed already. That's how fantastic these moderators are. Guys, give it up for Wifey, for Tina G, the Trump Reaper, and for us, Mila J, our fantastic moderators that make this experience mostly troll-free. You guys are awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a little clip of some of what Trump had to say, and we'll get into it on the other side.
Hello, CPAC. Do you miss me yet? Do you miss me? A lot of things going on. To so many wonderful friends, conservatives, and fellow citizens in this room and all across our country, I stand before you today to declare that the incredible journey we begun together, we went through a journey like nobody else. There's never been a journey like it. There's never been a journey so successful. We began it together 4 years ago.
Yeah, this was 90 minutes.
It is far from being over. We've just started.
Horrendous. Like I said, I did the best I could do, but when he started spouting like the shit that is just crazy. I mean, and really most of his speech was just the same denial of reality. Here's some of the crazier things. Besides him saying, do you miss me yet? Do you miss me? The answer is a resounding no. But obviously this crowd full of COVIDiots, these mask holes, all jam-packed in there, not a mask to be seen, no social distancing whatsoever. They showed up to bow down to a golden calf. And he says, we've been doing a lot of winning. Yeah. So you lost the House, you lost the Senate, you lost the White House. Where was the winning? Was it those 60 plus lawsuits that you lost? Is that it? No. Yeah, I got to tell you, before they put the girdle on, I was out to here. He said he will not start a new party. And that was actually a little bit surprising, but I think I'll believe it when he's safely in prison. You know, he changes his mind, you know, like one of those wind vanes. He changes his mind all the time. So he dumped on windmills never working when you need them. He has some kind of strange obsession with windmills. And he must have been confusing windmills with the disaster that was his golfing, tweeting, and criming presidency, because he was never there as a president when we needed a president. He was never there. No. He stood there and he said, actually, as you know, they just lost the White House. What? Dude, where did you fly in from? Mar-a-Lago? That's not the White House. The guy who is presently occupying the White House won the White House by a resounding 7 million votes. It's just like, it's like standing in the sun and saying, look at this rain, huh? It's pretty bad, huh? This rain? Unbelievable. Never seen rain like this before. And it's a sunny day. And then he said, I might just decide to beat him a third time. What? You didn't even beat him one time. Where did that second time come from? Let's see if Trump. Oh, S Leak says, oh, is this the troll? He's there for some reason. Well, I'm going to say block user on YouTube. There we go. He says, if Trump incited a riot, why is he not in jail? Because there are some cowards in the Senate who refuse to indict him, to convict him. Tracy, thank you for the $5. And I think I did block that guy. I don't know, though. Uh, he also said Joe Biden is only implementing the plan we had in place. You didn't have any plan in place. In fact, it was so bad when Biden and his team got there. They're essentially like starting from scratch. Okay. He wants to take credit for the vaccines. You couldn't even hit 20 million vaccinations. You couldn't even hit 20 million vaccinations. And already in 30 plus days, the Biden administration has vaccinated. Thank you, Tina G. Excuse me. The Biden administration has already vaccinated over 75 million people. By the end of the day, it'll probably be 80 million. It's unreal. And then he railed against cancel culture, right? Against cancel culture. And then he proceeded to read off a list of names of Republicans that they are going to cancel. You can't make this shit up. So it's unbelievable. This is the jackass that they are putting all of their hopes and dreams behind. I don't know why Republicans who were in a position to put him away wouldn't do it. I will never understand that. You know, it's cowardice. On one hand, it's cowardice. On another hand, it's cynical calculation because they believe that they are going, by showing their support for this jackass, that they are going to somehow absorb some of his crazy followers. And they won't. They cannot control them. And he stood there and repeated the election lie over and over. That is not helping the country to unite or come together. As long as they continue to feed into that false narrative, we are in danger of yet another insurrection. Another one. And this morning we saw a poll come out. It's a CPAC straw poll that puts Trump ahead 55%. So the second thing is Ron DeSantis, but they misspelled it Ron DeSnatus. Yeah. So I actually, somebody had posted a picture of that, and I replied to that tweet with my own joke. Okay. My joke said that it looks like Ron DeSnatus is going after the dyslexic vote. So at the time, I thought it was funny. And then I saw some replies to my reply saying, dude, that's not funny because there's plenty of people who have dyslexia and it's a challenge for them to deal with. And I hadn't even looked at it that way. I hadn't put enough thought into that. It was, for me, it was a throwaway reply and a cheap laugh. And so I quickly went and I deleted it. And then I posted an apology. And yeah. So why am I bringing this up? Because was there a danger of me, Brooklyn Dad, being canceled behind that? Maybe. Maybe not. If I dug my heels in and refused to acknowledge that I goofed, that, you know, that I was being insensitive to people with that condition, with dyslexia, then maybe. But that's not who I am. You know, I like to believe that I am responsible and I am sensitive to all kinds of things. But, you know, people getting canceled has become a rallying cry for the right. And we're going to get into Melissa says, you need to leave. Yeah. So what is cancel culture? Right here, the description says the attitudes within a community which call for or bring about the withdrawal of support from a public figure, such as cancellation of an acting role, a ban on playing an artist's music, removal from social media, etc., usually in response to an accusation of a socially unacceptable action or comment. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good description of what cancel culture is. However, cancel culture has become more of a talking point on the right. And there's a negative, very negative connotation that goes along with cancel culture. First of all, if cancel culture was really a thing, I would like to think that some of the more horrible people in our society would actually be canceled. And in some cases, some really heinous people have been canceled. But, in day to day life, I mean, how is Ted Cruz still a thing? Lindsey Graham, Trump, how are these people still a thing? Well, because they somehow have a wide base of support. And some people support the things that they support. So cancel culture is now become like a battleground for the culture wars, right? It's shorthand for everything that the right is against. They don't like trans rights. They don't like the Me Too movement. They don't like what they call political correctness. Okay. Trump first started rising in popularity when he started railing against political correctness. That was his thing. And there's a large swath of people in America who are tired of the fact that they can no longer use the N word. And now they have to go with a few more. They have to go with a few more syllables saying African American or black people, whatever, they're mad because instead of saying the word retarded, they have to say mentally challenged, they can no longer be lazy with their words and actions because they will be held to account. And really, that's what cancel culture is. It's, it's not a thing. It's a thing where we are holding you, an adult, accountable for your reaction. Accountable for your actions and your behavior. They want to call us political correctness or social justice warrior. I've seen things like virtue signaling is another thing. Toxic wokeness. It's not just folks on the right who criticize it. There's folks on the left who criticize it too. Take, for instance, Bill Maher. Bill Maher, he's painful to watch. I used to hate watch him all the time. And when I say hate watch, it really was hate watch. Like there were some pieces of his show that were decent that I could laugh at. But then I noticed, at some point he got mad that the audience wouldn't laugh at some of his weakest jokes. Number one. And number two, he kind of is a bigot, He definitely is a bigot towards Muslims, and I got an issue with that. He is a problem with all religions, but he reserves a lot of his anger and animosity for Islam. So yeah, this past Friday he had Megyn Kelly on the show, and these two knuckleheads, they thought that issues of race are too much of a burden on children. And unfortunately, Emmett Till and Tamir Rice were unavailable for comment. because, they were children when they were killed. Yeah, no. There's a burden. No, it's a responsibility to teach our kids as early as possible about race. That's how we deal with racism. You don't ignore it and hope that it will go away. So Bill Maher is constantly railing against cancel culture because this jackass likes to say things that get people riled up. It is what it is. But cancel culture has completely eliminated, just canceled people's careers. Like Harvey Weinstein, for instance. He deserved it. He does not deserve to be in company of another decent human being ever again. He's a sleazebag. He's disgusting. Bill Cosby, another one. Let me tell you this, guys. When I was a kid, I loved Bill Cosby. I loved his comedy. I had albums that I knew by heart that I listened to. So record albums for those you kids there, wax, vinyl. I played his album so many times. I had scratches and thing was warped. And now it's like, wow, dude, these people really canceled themselves with their behavior. And it's not just behavior. This is from the Me Too movement. Bill Cosby had over 50 accusers. It took over 50 to bring him down. Who else? R. Kelly is another one. There's so many people, so many artists that when you find out their reprehensible behavior, for me, it's no issue. It's like, damn, I can't listen to Bump and Grind anymore. Oh, well, I don't like artists who urinate on young children. That's just my thing. I have a problem with that. Yeah. Other people are like, oh, no, you have to separate the artist from no, the artist and the behavior, they are the same. The same person did these things. And does he deserve my patronage? Does he deserve pennies or dollars from streaming from my pocket? Do I support that? No. And you know what? We have the power of the purse. We get to decide who we want to listen to, who we want to watch, and who we don't. That's just what it is. Louis C.K. is another one. I used to love this dude's comedy. He was funny. But then he decided one day that it would be funny for him to whip out his junk in front of a colleague, and she was in a position where she could not leave the room. So yeah, dude, that's stupid shit. You canceled yourself with that. And it's a learning process. Now, let's talk about people getting canceled from stuff that they have done, like years ago, right? Let's say somebody back in 1986 went to a party and they wore blackface at that party. 1986. In 1986, I give you a pass. I give you a pass maybe as far as 1995, because in 86, they were actually making movies where people were wearing blackface. And I watched some of those movies and I was like, that's funny. And that was before the movement began that said, no, that's bullshit. You can't, that's like minstrel show shit. You can't go, no, this is wrong. And we're like, oh, okay. We're all evolving. Whether we like it or not, we are evolving. When we accept these things, this is wrong and this is right, that's the process of evolving. You either evolve or you die. Gina Carano, for instance, she's not evolving. She is She has had some shitty things, some shitty takes on her social media, and your social media is an extension of you, of your beliefs, your thoughts and beliefs. And if you're showing us your inside, that you're anti-Semitic inside, or you support anti-Semitic notions and ideas, then bye, you got to go. And so who knows what's going to happen to her career, but I think it's over. Here's another thing. This was a big, a big talking point on the right. The Confederate statues. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Yeah? You won't see any statues of Adolf Hitler up in Germany. You won't. You want your history preserved? Open a book. Open a history book. You don't need to keep that shit in people's faces. These people were fighting in support of slavery. Why would we have a monument erected to them? No. You guys remember in the Iraq War when Saddam Hussein was defeated? They pulled his statue down and millions of Americans applauded. Yay! Yay! That was before the whole cancel culture thing arose. But when you have shitty people in power and you have shitty monuments to those people, you take them down. Simple as that. The Confederacy lost. They lasted 4 years. That's not history. That's a blip. That's not even as long as some cheap bullshit TV reality shows last. Huh? Keeping Up with the Kardashians lasted longer than the Confederacy, for crying out loud. It's ridiculous. Here's another thing, right? So Goya, the CEO of Goya, came out and said that Joe Biden is not the legitimate president. And, so now there's a boycott Goya campaign. I don't know how well that's going to work, but I will tell you this. Those of us on the left who engage in these kinds of boycott campaigns, we are a lot more successful at our boycotts. We hit the Home Depot. We boycotted them when we found out they were donating money to Donald Trump. But the folks on the right, dude, excuse me, they don't know how to do boycotts. These fools, they torched their Nike sneakers. This was actually a thing. They were mad about Colin Kaepernick, I think. And all that did was it drove sales up through the roof for Nike. So it had the reverse effect. And then there are times they want to boycott things like Hamilton and, Starbucks and Hawaii. This crazy stuff. Oh, there was that time when they were like anti-Keurig because Keurig was anti-Trump or said something anti-Trump. And so a whole bunch of geniuses went and smashed their Keurig machines. Great idea, genius. You paid for that shit already. You already paid for it. You already paid for it, dude. So I think at some level, they're mad about cancel culture because it doesn't work for them. They don't know how it works or how to make it work. Cancel culture is accountability. It's holding people accountable for shitty behavior. And if all you know is shitty behavior, then obviously it ain't gonna work for you. You gotta fix you. But I like to lead by example. Personally, and this morning, it was a small thing. Punxsutawney Mo, thank you, my brother. I like to, if I say or do something wrong, I'm going to own up to it. That's the only way we can improve ourselves is by pulling ourselves up. You want to be a good American? You want to make America great? Improve yourself. Improve your own behavior. Improve the behavior of your children. Demand better behavior from the people in your circumference, the people in your circle, the people around you. That's how you make America great again. That is it for my rant. Cancel culture, bring it on. Bring it on. I'm personally I got no problem with people being held accountable for shitty behavior. I think if like, let's take Governor Cuomo for instance, okay? He has assigned or actually he has referred this sexual harassment case to an independent counsel. But first, he tried to appoint somebody like a judge or somebody to over. That's not how it works, man. You got to have somebody completely separate out of your purview, looking at this. So we'll see what happens. I hope he doesn't get canceled, but I'd like to see what the outcome of it is. That's it. He deserves his day in court, but so do the accusers as well. And let's see. Oh, you know what? Damn it. I'm sorry. Somebody must have brought this to my attention, but I completely blew past our roll call. You guys are gonna start calling me Brooklyn Wig Defiant. I don't know why these wigs are so much fun. This is what I've been missing my whole life. It took a pandemic for me to realize that that I love these things. It's great. All right. So now I have made the lights turn not blue because it is now time for the littlest president. The littlest president is available on BrooklynDadDefiant.com. It's also available on Amazon.com. If you want to get it on Amazon.com, I'm perfectly happy with that because, however, if you get it on BrooklynDadDefiant.com, then you get the wonderful, beautiful, swooshy signature look. How beautiful. Everybody loves it so much. And it says in blue ink, Hui Juan. It's swooshy. Hui Juan. Yes. The littlest president. Hey, Eponymous George, I'm just seeing you. I didn't see you earlier. Hui Juan. Yeah, the littlest president is starring President Barack Obama, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Joseph R. Biden, and the R stands for ready to kick that ass. Whew. Bladder bear pooping, holding the puppet strings on Spanky McDumbass. Complicit Barbie. Right? Rudy Giuliani. Gummy McJuicebox. Kellyanne Conjob. Stephen the Snake Miller. And Mitch McTurtle McConnell. McTurtle. Excuse me. What's my count on the elbow points there? Am I at 6, 5, or 6? Something like that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our favorites page because this is Spanky McDumbass. Spanky McDumbass is sad. He used to be rich. He used to be a businessman. He used to be a TV star. He used to have a Twitter account. He used to be the littlest president. But now Spanky McDumbass is in jail. How did he get here? Let's go back. Yeah, he can't even go to, Jamie pointed out, he can't even go to Costco anymore. Yo. Well, like he ever went to Costco. I don't believe he ever went to Costco. That was the most ludicrous. He wrote an angry letter to Costco saying he wasn't going to be. That's good. Who cares? Who gives a damn? I don't think he went anyway. Anywho, Spanky's dad, Cranky McDumbass, didn't like black people. He used to go to KKK rallies and was even arrested at one. During the 1970s, Cranky and Spanky wouldn't let black people rent any of their properties. Cranky and Spanky are racist. And there's Spanky's dad, Cranky, in his robe attire, and there's a family of color that they are refusing to rent to. And this actually happened, folks. This actually happened, and he was sued by the government for discrimination policies, and he's never admitted to it. He's never apologized to anyone for that. Now, see, that's where you get to call him a racist, because he's never owned up to his shit in the past. You know what? I might look at him differently if he did a mea culpa and said, you know what? I've done some things in the past that were wrong. I had the wrong attitude towards black people, towards race. Yeah, if he owned up to his shit, it might make me look at him differently. Well, maybe not now. Now his image, it's too baked in. He's just going full racist. During the 80s, a group of 5 black boys were arrested for a terrible crime they didn't commit. Spanky took out a full-page ad in a newspaper calling for them to be executed. When the boys were exonerated by DNA evidence after they had already spent many years in prison, Spanky still thought they were guilty. Spanky was a real asshole. And again, ladies and gentlemen, that ad, that's an actual, like, we scanned that ad in and repurposed it for the book. That's an actual ad from that paper. Those are not my African Americans, but the blacks love me. Here's a Central Park 5. Those kids spent their prime years in prison for a crime they didn't commit. And this jackass, long after the DNA said, nope, they didn't do it, they're clear, he still wanted them back in prison. Yeah, he's disgusting. Disgusting. What I said before, I'm never going to look at him any differently. That racism is already baked in. There's no changing that dude at 74 years old. He is what he is. All right. So, as you can see, I started a little late today. And I apologize for that. I'm trying to get better. Okay, so I got some time for questions. Oh yes, Watcher Soko, just like his birther shit. Oh, I will never forgive him for that. Never forgive. You need to leave. Patrick says, "Hi, very old man. You want to see my biceps and to calm your ardor?" What? That sounds very creepy, and I don't think I want that in my stream. Thank you very much. All right, that's number 8. According to Tina G, she told me a few minutes ago I was up to number 7. All right, questions. Deb wants to know, why won't he leave? Because they won't force him to leave. Because he has tapped into the stupidity of the country. He did that. I love the poorly educated. Remember that? He wasn't kidding. He loves them because the poorly educated are the easiest ones to con. And he has fully conned them, hook, line, and sinker. He's got them buying flags of his and merchandise, hats, and all kinds of stuff. You know, it's ridiculous. So that's why he's not leaving. That's why he isn't going anywhere. He's got them hook, line, and sinker. Christina says, could you tweet if you are running late? I could. But the thing is, I'm spending literally every last second rushing to get this stuff together. I promise you guys, I will get better with this. I'm trying to push this show back to the 5:30 that it's supposed to be. So bear with me. I'm almost there. Almost there. BDD. DM me your other mailing address. I will get to you offline on that. Let's see. Watcher Soko says, never forget or forgive him. Indeed. Fox Hill Dream says, DeSantos lowers flag for Rush. Pitiful. Yes. And I appreciate that woman who stepped forward. It's Nikki, I want to say Nikki Field. Is that it? Nikki something. She is the commissioner of agriculture down there. She's like, nah, we're not going to do that. I like that. I respect it. Lucy asks, where did you get that hat? Love it. It's actually not a hat. It is a wig. I guess you could call it a hat. Wifey actually picked this up for me. I will ask her to provide me with the link for where this is. It's fun. It's crazy fun. So yes, I will post that in the description. In the description on YouTube, the YouTube description for this video. So it'll always be there. Asmila J wants to know, are the Periscope videos being uploaded here? No, they don't be. No, we are streaming this show exclusively through YouTube. So these are all YouTube videos, and I'm just also casting it through. Hey, Julian Gauthier with the $10 Pikachu for me. Thank you. So nice. Hi, Pika. So yeah, this is, if you want to view these, it's best to view the video, like the replay, and you can also see the live chat comments on the YouTube, please. And Corey, hey, hang on. Allison, I almost missed your comment. How are the kittens doing? The kittens are crazy. They are fun. They are running around the house now. They totally get along well with Rain, who just likes to sniff their butts. And occasionally they will attempt to sniff her butt too. They get along just groovy. They are not yet letting me hold them. Like I can hold them, one of them for about like 10 seconds before they start. Get off me, get off. So we'll see. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all the time I have for today. So I want to say thank you for another wonderful episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. Now, please remember to hit that like button before you go play in the sunshine. And remember to wear your masks, 2 of them. Wear your gloves. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And if you don't yet subscribe to this show, please hit the subscribe button here and have a lovely, pleasant evening. I will be here tomorrow, earlier, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Peace. Hey, hey. I will not be doing any podcast in the nude, Beta O'Rourke. Nope. Hey. Thank you, Corey Lord. Good one, Wilbur. Wilbur says 30 feet away from maggots, please. Fun fact, pick means dog in Portuguese, says Shishi Wallen. Hey. No, Gavin, there's no Gorilla Glue in this wig.